Hey guys, running a little behind schedule. I'll be there in just a sec. 2 secs. God, I seriously, I almost forgot. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Jesus. So focused on, we've got new stuff we're working on the indicator side of the business, and I was so deep into that, I completely lost track of the time and everything else here. Okay, I looked at what we've got here. Okay, guys. So right now, I can tell you we've got room for anyone who has requests. Right? Let me just tell these guys. Okay, I got. You right with you? All right, hang on. Jeez, I'm getting spammed as I'm doing this. Okay, number one. Here, I got coin. Okay. All right, let me get this ready here. So sorry, guys. I don't usually space like this. Coin. First up here. Okay, so sorry. Okay, let me get my head together. First up, this is Hangman. Got a link from him. Oh shit, let's see if that's gonna work. We'll get a new chart from him. Does it work? No, it doesn't work. Okay, that's all right, we can still do it. Okay, let me, Jesus, what a mess I am today. Okay, all right, here we go, guys. All right, CN Salazar, how you doing? MRN 420, Mr. 420. Okay, all right, here we go. Let me get my shit together. So this is Hangman giving me a what looks like a great looking count here. It looks like he's done a lot of work here into a 4-5. See, this is a little frustrating in that if I try and launch that chart, I don't get it. Okay, that's frustrating. Hangman, I want to see your chart here. So it looks like you're long here in coin. So let me get. Okay, let me get here to where I can match what you're doing. Oh shit, that's not it. I don't want that. I want to leave that. I want yours here. So we got 3, 4, ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That flies. 1, 2, up to the 5. So we've got ABC is in. All right. So he's there. Low is in. So if I looks like we can match that pretty easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take that up a degree. All right. So he's going for. It's kind of bold, right? There's a little bit of a. Right, you got a question mark here. Let's just get all this in here. Let's take that down a degree or 2. Oh, come here. Okay, let's go to white there. Okay, right. So this is, I certainly, right, I'm not such a purist that I would DQ that, although that sure does look like a 5. You have to do ABC. That first one looks good. How are we doing? Okay, all right. Looks like you guys are. No, you're still way behind me. Okay, well, so do we in and out of log? Well, okay, right. We're from $30 to $400, right? So log is a given. Now, that said, right, it's always, you want to take it out of log just to get perspective. Remember, what we're trying to evaluate here is a 50% retracement. Okay, well, 50% is 50%. All right, so don't let the log distort your eye too terribly much. Something I need to say? It's fucking unbelievable, is it not? Well, there you go, right? So the in and out of log. Now, take it out of log scale, right? Or pardon me, put it back in log scale, and you get a little bit of distortion there. So it keeps you like, oh, fuck. Do I go with the log or do I go with the arithmetic? What do I do there? Well, it's just, there's no easy answer here. Sadly, right? I wish there was. Right here, good signs, right, of a low at this degree, right? If you're analyzing it this way, well, okay, out of log, right? And again, it certainly gives you conviction in the idea that we've completed an impulse here. Now, the hesitation might be, wow, the length of time here, let's get rid of that. It may just give you a bit of pause, right? That it's not that like, oh God, I don't want to take that trade. I mean, that's a great looking trade. It looks like I think if I'm not mistaken, he's already in. Yeah, he looks like he's already in. So beautiful entry. I mean, Jesus, that just amazes me still, right? 30 years later, right? How precise this algo is. What else do we have here that we can look at? Well, let's get it fully labeled, right? As he's identified it, pretty clear. We've got an ABC here, right? The first 5 is easy. Well, that might be a little tricky in there. Let's go to a 4 there. It almost looks like you can get a B and a triangle in there. Not quite. Let's keep it simple. I don't think it really matters. You might have to do it like that, right? So come in here, just to stay consistent with rules and guidelines, right? Because that looks like a 5 up, A, B, C. Maybe perhaps you're looking at that rather than 1, 2. Fuck, does it matter, right? At this point in time, does it really matter, right? So it's always a good idea to get clarity on what's there. You're probably stuck with that 5 there. This clearly a 5. God, you can't almost get the triangle. Again, I don't know that it matters. It would be really, really stickler there. You can see that you get the 1, 2 here, 3, 4. Again, I don't know if it matters, right? So we've got a candidate here now for a technical low. All right, whether you're in or out of log scale, almost doesn't matter. So good candidate here for a technical low right now. Okay, right, what's going to support the idea? What have I got here? News. That's very interesting, right? I've long said, right, you'd have to pry my Bitcoin out of my cold dead hands, right? So, but if you needed to raise capital for some reason, right, you wouldn't want to sell your Bitcoin, right? You'd want to borrow against it. So as you're starting to see more and more of that come into the marketplace, I think you're going to see that be a growth market, which seems to suggest, right, if we're going to, of course, what's going to dictate Coinbase's success is, bull market, right? Ideally, where they're going to make more money is if we get an alt bull. So do we have a good 5 there? Well, do we? Now, if I'm down here, something like this, I don't need to be in log scale. I got a 100 point range here. That's not quite what you'd hope. I'm on a 60. I mean, what would your first thought as a bull? Okay, I've got a 1, 2. Oh, do I have a 3? Maybe I'm putting some sort of a triangles going in here. That's not what you wanted. Let's see if I get really granular with it. I might have to do it here, A, B, C into that 2. So here's the 4, literally 65 to the tick. Oh shit! Are we gonna have to try and tie these together? Well, that's borderline. Yeah. So you can't do that, right? Because now, well, I mean, I suppose you can, but that's a straight up. Yeah, it's not the launch you would have hoped for, right? I'm already down to a 15-minute. A, B, C, even B. I mean, I guess you'd be hoping for some sort of a triangle here. Well, let's see if I can get this. If I do it this way. That, or you're looking for a diag. Although that looks like 5, so I like that less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like a 5 to finish that. So seems like, you know, based on what's here, right? Remember, Elliott Waves. We're analyzing a snapshot in time. Oh, I'd be paying attention to that. Ugh. You don't really want. You kind of want it over here. So you can go A, B, C, right? If you're going to go A, B, C, that looks like A, B. I can't say I love it, right? If you're, you know, so Hangman looks like you're already in. Apparently, you've got a decent entry down here. I would keep a stop, you know, down here. It's not that, you know, it's not a clean 5, right? You can't quite make it fly. Now, I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying, you know, looking at it right now, we're down to a 15-minute right now. Let's go to a 30. You've got a lot of imbalance down here. Now, this has already been tapped, right? So we've got the inverse fair value gap here, and then we've got the bigger one. So getting tapped, right? Does it need to come down here and mitigate below? Well, if we're doing that, right, then the whole idea of a good launch out of here is off the board. I wouldn't add to that, and I wouldn't, if I were not in, I'd want a little bit more, okay, show me you're going to give me a clear 5 here, right? And it's not an impulse. 1, 2, 1, 2, I suppose you might consider that, but that looks like that's going to be past golden. Well, didn't close below. All right, good signs there that we're digging out of the hole, but, you know, again, I say this all the time, right? Right, if you brought it up today, right, but you first look at it, would you be plowing into that? I wouldn't. All right, and no disrespect at all intended to your trade, Hangman. I'm glad you've got a piece there that could run, but I'd rather see it complete up here and show me. Okay, right. Well, okay, we got a. Oh fuck! Now there's a whole turtle soup approach to trading. The only thing they look for is turtle soup. Which is very prominent, very, very reasonable. I think that's a bit narrow-minded, but you know, I'm shit. I mean, there are discords and technical courses. Everything is all they're teaching is turtle soup. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if you're buying it now? Why are you buying it? Off of the great technical setup? No. Oh shit! I got a reaction down here. I didn't want to miss it. You know, I say this every week, right? Are you really gonna miss anything? Are you? Right? If you don't get this little piece here, really, don't be in a hurry to chase. Maybe, right? So we get a little pop up here. Maybe you're back here saying, "Oh, it's okay. It's some sort of a wacky triangle here." But at least I've got a 5 to get me started here, and I'm not just going, "Well, fuck. I hope it's a 5. I hope it turns into a 5." Which is kind of what you'd be doing there. What did we hit here on the other side? Remember, right? Always. Well, let's see. How technical are we here? I mean, you never, you know, what you can see is you can look at it after the fact and go, was the algo involved here? Was it? Is that Al? Well, you tell me. You think that's coincidental? Probably not. So what is it going to run into? All right, we know it used that. We could use this. All right, we know Al used that, right? We know it used it, right? Because we got that perfect So does that surprise you there? Shouldn't. What's the resistance? Golden zone. It's like this, golden zone. It's just the same shit over and over again, right? So we gotta break this, right? So that what is the algo going to do, right? It's going to go back, go here, then it's going to go here, and it's just going to keep climbing, right? So you have to, don't forget, right? Just because we're rolling here, there's all this resistance we have to overcome, right? So each one of those points is going to be resistance, right? Because bears are going to fight you on the other side, right? It may or may not be literally someone who's bearish. It's just more software. Where do we eventually have to go, right? We got to break all that. I'm not saying it's not going to happen or that it couldn't happen. I'm just saying, you know, don't think, oh shit, okay, it might be a 5. Well, I can get long now. Maybe, right? Let it play, right? Oh, okay, get into this now. Okay, do I get a 3? Now I got a little something more I can sink my teeth into. Oh, okay, now, oh, 1, 2, oh, 3, oh, okay, now I'm rolling here. Now I got something I recognize. I can lean into it. I know what to anticipate. Right here, it's like, well, fuck, okay, you know, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Oh, it looks like it's a train. Oh, wait, no, it's an airplane. Is that a 5? Can you tell, right? Do you have enough pieces to actually see what's in the jigsaw puzzle? Oh, I thought it was a train. It turns out it's a flower pot. You know, to be silly about it. You know, don't fill in the pieces here. Do we have a 5? No. Do you want a 5? If you're a bull, yeah, right? Are you filling in that space in your mind's eye because you want it or because it's there? Well, it's not there. So that's a kind of, you know, rhetorical question. It's so easy to plow into it. What are you anticipating? Like, what is your target here? New all-time highs? What's a reasonable target here? You know, just questions to ask yourself. Am I expecting this to go to, you know, to new highs, right? Or we can back this out and say, well, we've tagged the golden here. Am I expecting this to go here? Well, there's an algo here. It's expecting that. Is that what you as a trader are expecting? Put that right on there. Is that what you're expecting here in this trade? Well, it might, right? I'm not saying it can't get there, but there's going to be a whole lot more, you know, pieces to your puzzle that are need to get filled in here before you're really going, oh, I know where that's going. Well, of course, you never know where it's going. But we can statistically say, well, you know, fuck, if that's a 1, 2, what would we anticipate as the 3? We going to 680? Well, probably not in a straight line. Let's go back to log scale. All right, so how, okay. Hangman, right? This would be for you. So looks like I bumped that. Thought that was tighter there when we were looking at it at a log. Right, yeah, that's real. I had bumped it. Okay, all right, so now, so how are you trading that, Hangman? What's your thought process there? Oh, it's a 2? It's a shallow 2? Or are you coming out of log here and saying, oh, I see it, it's a 2? Just, you know, points to consider. It's a good start. I'm glad you're in it. I'm glad you got a little cushion on it, and I'm glad to see you've got a stop on it. All right, that's a well-constructed, well done, very well thought out trade. Now, all right, don't overstay your welcome. If you're going to trade it, trade it. Don't just buy. Well, I shouldn't say that. One choice is to buy and hold. Right? Maybe your stop's down here, and shit, maybe we are going here. You get flexibility, right? You get a winner, right? You get some flexibility, right? You can play options around it. You get all sorts of things you can do with it. But let's get that first 5 to complete, right? I wouldn't chase it myself. For what that's worth. Based on what we just looking at it, right? What we're looking at here. I wouldn't chase that. Let that 5 complete. Wait for the retrace. Okay. Oh my God. Andreas is back again with Bitcoin Silver. Let's see what he's thinking. Now, we've had trouble with his link last couple of times. Let me see if it works this time. I'm hoping, Andreas, I'm hoping we get it. Okay, that's progress. Okay, good. All right, so I think, all right, so he's learned how to post, right? So it's a little tricky to do it so I can get it, so I can get your copy. So that means I can get rid of this one. Okay, good, right? So we got an RSI. Let's see. Well, you probably don't need 2 RSIs. Although, you know, shit, it doesn't matter here. Right? I mean, it's always kind of nice to have that little average, right? So I got an RSI and MACD. Oh, I'd want some volume component on there. Let's do OBV. You'll find is, I like this one, the CCI coded OBV. It's a good one. There's also this divergence one. Either one is good. Both of these are good, right? You get a kind of a look at what's going on with the volume. You'll find it's very often almost identical to a cum delta. Well, let's use this one. We got this nice divergence here, right? So do we have anything? Oh, let's see. Am I in log scale? Yeah, I'm in log scale. Any, you know, it's flat. It's not crossed over. Okay, little turtle soup there. Turtle head, I should say. Got turtle soup on the brain. That is truly, right? This people, that's all they do is look for turtle soups. Right, and I think they do it quite successfully. I'm not trying to shit on their stuff at all, right? It just seems like that's your everything. Okay, right, so this is, how are we doing here? Oh, no. I got your Bitcoin. So you gave me Bitcoin silver. Okay, so maybe if I go BSV, I get it that way. What you're on, what are you on? You're on Binance? BSV USD. Oh, fuck me. Come here. USD. Where are, oh, let's go here. Okay, shit, I think I got it. I think that's your count. Cool, okay. I'm over here on, okay, so 1 ABC. I hope this is you. Yes, I do. All right, so I lose the volume. I went to crypto, right, the aggregator, so I can get the full history. Okay, but that's all right. So I get, does that look right? Just to be sure, let me just do this over here. Oh, now I got your S&P. Oh, I get, it's always interesting when this happens. I get all their stuff. All right, let's just stay over here. I think we're fine here. Okay, we lose the volume, but I got a nice looking count here. This looks better than I remember. Okay, I'm on the daily. So we've got a 5 going up, right? And this is, Andreas, very nice work here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, little details right here you want to pay attention to, right? So we don't overlap the one, right? So we got a clean 5. Let's see. You're taking that ABC. Okay, hang on a sec. We've got an ABC here that's unaccounted for. Looks like, so Andreas, I think you would see that, right? So we've got to account for that ABC here. So we could put this over here. We'd have to do the X here, WX ABC. Shit, how can we do it? We got to account for that. Yeah. How are we getting out of there? Looks like you want this here. Can we do a... Oh, shit, you're gonna have to do A, B, C. Fuck, can we? I don't think we can do it that way. Possible truncation here. Well, the only thing I can see here is for sure I'm going to get stuck here. I don't want to get stuck this early. We're going to have to do an ABC here. It's not going to fly. ABC, this is all clean here, but you don't have a good start here. We can't do it that way. We can do the A here, so we're going to have to do it that way. So we're going to have to get rid of this. So we're going to have to go do it this way. One, two, three, four. we're going to have to do it this way. It's not pretty, but diag. You're going to have to do, oh fuck, A, B, C, A, B, C. One, okay, that looks better. You know, I'm kind of moving faster. I'm going to get stuck right off the bat. Let me unlock that. Let me, I want that off of there. I want this wave off of there. Oh, that's your fib swing. Okay, let me move that off. Okay, all right, so we got an A. Hang on a second. It takes me a minute to get caught up here. A, B, C. A, B, C. This is all good. You just forgot one, the beginning of it. Looks like that's past a golden, but let's check it, right? It always, I don't guess, right? 707. Log. Do I need to be in log? Yeah, I pretty much do. 30 to 120, yep, I do. Still perfectly, right? We lose the algo here, but perfectly good. Perfectly good B wave, right? And then we got the A, the B, the C. Okay, let me check this. Hang on a second. Oh man, you've got all these locked here. So you're going one, okay, that's your, I got it. This is more, these are fib swims. Okay, I'm trying to get to the count. Okay, so ABC, 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 so we're doing a diag. Okay, good thinking. ABC, ABC. Okay, so it looks like you're clean into that finish. C into the 5. Okay, so we're good. Okay, all looks good. Nice work, very nice. All right, I just had to clean up that one section. Okay, so A, B, C, right? We got, okay, we got a leading diag. Oh, pardon me. We get a diag. It's not leading in that we're not expanding. But diag nonetheless, right? It's pretty clean. Oh, hang on a second. No, we have an impulse. We do, right? So we get an impulse into the one that just looks diag-ish with these trend lines here. Okay, so we'll let's clean that up. Okay, so there we got an impulse into the 1. We got an ABC into the 2. We've gone pretty damn deep. Okay, who wants to buy it here? Well, we can see a couple of things. All right, all of this down here, just getting to the edge of it here. All I'm doing is just grabbing the wick. Oh, we get it right to the edge here, right? All of this untapped, right? Getting a little tap here. You ready to buy it? You know, kind of the same thing I would always say. Let me get rid of that. Why are you buying it? Why? Just thinking out loud, why would you buy that? Well, look how low it is. Okay. We got any structure break here? Right? Anything to imply that the low is in? Well, not on the daily. Go to 60. Right? I mean, it's you can see it. God, that looks like Bitcoin. You can see it and think, oh, well, it came down so low, right? It must be a good buy. No. What's the first thing, right? Again, you guys must be so tired of me saying this. What's the first thing it has to get through? Right? Got to get through that golden, right? That's just built-in defense, right? And then it's got to get through that. So let's start right here. Why do I do this, right? Every week, right? So that you don't forget, right? It's always an algo on the other side that's going to fight you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Do I have a diag there? I might. It's not gorgeous. That looks like a 5 coming down. You see, this is where I come back to be picky. Okay, as generous as I can be here to this count, right? If they're like, oh, okay, well, all right. You might be able to squeak that in. Go 30-minute. A little trunk, call it a double. Okay, iffy, right? Is that just wishful because, oh, I want it to be an impulse? Well, that sure looks like a 5, right? So now that makes me come back to it and go, wait a minute, right? Is this just a Right? Is this just a little truncation here? Because that's a 5, right? So finishing here. Okay, can we get it on the second one? Right? Do we just all I'm asking for is a 5, right? I mean, it should be a basic requirement. Okay, right? What I know I begin and I end in 5s, right? I mean, it's, I say that, applying Elliott Wave, right? That's what we're looking for. Do I end in a 5? Well, I got a 5 here. It's a little truncation. Do I get a 5 here? Yeah, actually I do. 1, 2. Is it gorgeous? No. Is that a great finish? No. Did I run into some resistance? Well, I mean, you could do all this, right? Well, let's swing up, right into the Vegas wave here. Okay, maybe. You ready to buy it? 50 to the tick, right? Algo doesn't care about a truncation. It's going to use dominant to dominant. Swing low, swing high, right? That's what it's going to use. We interpret a little bit here and go, oh, no, I think that's a truncation. That's the one, right? Algo doesn't give a shit about that. Okay, right? One to ABC. Buyable. You might nibble in here. Let's look below. Oh, we're not going to get that, right? Because we're not going to get any volume on crypto. But the MACD, RSI is rising. All right, you know, buy it. Let's go to a 2, right? It's a contender. You might nibble there. I wouldn't go balls deep or get overly excited. That with some very enthusiastic support for this asset, right? A lot of people love it. I know because I made a few negative comments about it, and oh my God, I got blasted for that. Right, I mean, if you only had one thing to trade, right, it's probably you'd take a long there. If I have other things to trade, so that you got to ask yourself, okay, well, what am I worried about, right? That this is going to explode on me and I'm going to miss the ride? How what you're worried about? Probably not, right? So let's put let's get a. This is the AAPL Ethereum is actually rather conservative on market structure. Let's see where we'd have to get, right? So here's the last break of structure, right? So here's the pivot, right? This is what we're on a 2-hour, right? Here's the last high that led to the break of structure. So we got to get up here. This is the inducement. We're not there yet. Okay, just to clarify, right? So you might think of it as change in state of delivery. If this is a little bit of a, I wish they didn't use that term, right? But it's coming from a particular educator that pioneered that thinking. In the ICT world, you'd probably call that change in state of delivery because this is all one move down. We haven't overlapped it, right? So inducement, change of delivery, either way, right? That's where we confirm that we have a low here. Right now, we have an unconfirmed low. It's not confirmed because we haven't broken the last swing high before we went down. We do that, well, okay, well then we solidify the low here, but we don't get a structure break until we break up here to get a change of character. So, do you still want to buy it? There's a little bit of hopium in there. A little bit. So one thought is just put in, or just try it yourself, right? Just put a line here and say, okay, well, let's put an alert on that. Let's add an alert on that. All right, alerts. Don't use them, right? I mean, OM is a great example of something where I'm so glad I had an alert on that. Is that thing, sank through the floor? Still, we'll look at that before I get off here. Good enough, right? Good enough. You got to make your own judgment there. Now, if you're a long-term believer, right, and I think Andreas is, and there are many that are just very bullish on this coin long-term. Okay, you can make a case here that you're in this, perhaps some accumulation, but you have no confirmation, right? There's nothing here, as I'm just looking at here, right? If we want to be objective, which is why one of the advantages of market structure in conjunction with Elliott Wave. Do I have a 5 here? Yeah, I could call it a 5. Is it gorgeous? No. Where do I definitively get a change in the market direction, in the market structure? Well, not until I get here. So you still want to buy it? it's, you know, long way to go, right? If we're going back up there, right? So I wouldn't get so overly concerned like, oh fuck, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it. You won't miss it. If it's gonna go, there's a lot of room up here. So careful, right? You got to catch yourself a little bit. It's going. And then there's that tendency, well, if I buy it now, my risk will be less. True. But put a stop on it. Andreas. Okay, I got, here's some new, CN Salazar, thanks for popping in and posting. I needed that one. Okay, oh shit, I never heard of this one. This is Cariz, that looks like a new member. Welcome. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. He wants me to look at, Jesus, I don't even know what this is. GRRR? Is that a thing? Is that an asset? Oh, come on. Yes, leave. Oh, whoops, white screen. Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, I guess it is. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm just warning. You got a white screen coming at you. Oh, fuck. I'm going to have to change that a little bit. Hang on. It's shockingly bright. Okay, hang on. Let me get that. Maybe I can go to, I think I have gray in here. Oh, fuck. Yeah, gray. Let me try gray in that. Okay, maybe not so harsh on the eyes. Work looks good here. GRRR, Guerrilla Technology Group. God, maybe I have heard of that. Okay, well, your work here looks quite good. Let's see. Do we want to be in log scale or not? Whew, what do I got all these lines on this for? Oh, fuck. I kind of want to put this in. Well, let's hold off on that. Okay, so we've gone up to a negative 23.6 here. I'm going to push that off here just to clear up the chart a little bit. Okay, so I got an A. Guess I'm stuck with this color. I don't know what all these lines are on here. What those are. Volume, let's take that off. Looks like, hang on a second. What is on here? Events? Get some of those lines off? I guess not. I don't know what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Is there any question about that? Here, what I might do here, let me just do this, see if I can do this. I don't think I can, son of a bitch. All right, it's going to make it. Well, fuck it. Here, we'll just use this one. Okay. I'm going to change that color. Let's get that in. Okay. God damn. A, B, working on the C, right? Coming down to a 50. A 50 in log. God, what a gorgeous impulse that is. Holy shit. Great pick here. For Cariz, I don't know how to say your name, Cariz, or your handle. God, it's gorgeous. Just out of curiosity, I'm guessing this is going to be spot on. A little hot. Well, I guess the question you'd have to ask yourself is here, do you want to short it, right? To some degree. Oh, wait a second now. Okay, we got a little wonky there. Okay, hang on. I think that you just got these got moved a little bit. Okay, there we go. Right now, I look from the prior work. I'm guessing that's just something got mixed up there. A, 3 into the B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I wouldn't. Let's get that something darker. Okay, same thing, right? As good as the channeling is here, might do it this way since we've got the 3 now. Well, I sure as hell want it on my watch list down here. But now you got to wait. See, it's very tempting to think, oh, maybe it's a, I mean, how could you do that? God, that's so good. There's just, even the subdivision here is just perfect. Looks like you do A, B, C here into that to get that up for the 5. A, B, C, because you got a straight free fall here. Whew, that's good. 5 here. So the idea of trying to go into a WXY doesn't make sense here. So until proven otherwise, there's no reason to do anything there on the long side. No, so I say that, right? That doesn't mean that we can't fly higher here and that it must, right? Remember, the market is never obligated to do anything, right? It's going to do what it's going to do, right? But this is the path that you want here, where we come down here and you might look to, okay, what else is down here? Do I have any bullish order flow that's unmitigated? Okay, maybe you got a tap here, but this is the move you're waiting for. So you have two thoughts here, right? If you're applying Elliott Wave, right, that's not a bad looking short. Is it counter trend? Is it with trend or counter trend? Well, it kind of depends on the degree, right? You've had a completed impulse. You're in the retrace, right? But the market is bullish. Do you want to trade that shorter term? Let's go to a. That's a question. I know there's a. Oh, give me a try one more time here. No, it's not that. Settings. Canvas. Symbol overnight. That's what it is. I want these out of there. There we go. Okay, now I get a clean palette. Well, 1, 2. God, that's good. And that looks like that's a golden too. Right to it. Third target. Whew, what a beautifully technical trading. All right, what a great one. Great call on this one. Okay, now you want to buy it, right? Oh, is that 1, 2? Right? Does that look like an impulse? Right? Does that look like we're done? Well, no, it doesn't. Does not look like we're done. So, do you want to buy that? I think probably not. Let's get that on there, right on there. My way forward. My colors are going to be off here, but there's the 30, 50. Well, if it's me, or here's what I would do. I would have some sort of a channel on this little line here, because we've got a little uptrend here going as it's working toward that 4. Could end up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. We get one more push up. You don't want it to overlap that 1, right? Right now, it's all the ingredients for a nice, clean zigzag. Although the C and the A are not perfectly suited. But at this point, right, given that where you are in that, putting the jigsaw puzzle together, is it a train or a flower pot? Well, it sure looks like a train to me. Right? Do you know? Well, you don't know until you get the last pieces in. Break this. What do we got? Anything below? 535 Elliott Wave. Okay, right. That's still within range. That's ideally suited for a 4, right? We don't want it going too far, right? The further it goes, the more doubt creeps in with regards. Do I have a good 4 here? Right? We don't want, ideally, right? It comes right to 0, right? Or within a 5-10 points of that. Roll over, come down here for the 5. So there's 2 choices here. For the aggressive trader, take the short. Stop over the 50. That's what I would do. Because then you're going to be overlapping the 1, right? So you've got a decent amount of cushion here. So you've got, you could sell calls and buy puts. Assuming you're comfortable with that. I'd sell a call spread up here and buy at the money put. Don't do I would do a call spread and buy an at the money put and use the call spread to offset the cost, because I don't want to sell a put if I'm anticipating it to go down. Maybe as it starts to head lower, I would sell a put, but not up here. I want to buy the put because it's going to be cheaper. I want to sell the calls because they're going to be, a little juicier in price because I've had this little upswing. So sell a call spread, hedged risk, to buy an at the money put. If it starts to roll your direction, then you maybe sell it out of the money put, so you're in the whole trade for as little, if not a credit, as you can. Maybe not a full credit. Depends, right? How fast it moves. That's great work, Kares. I wish I knew how to say your name. Kares. Beautiful work. I mean, this is the kind of trade, right? We always talk about being picky. when the Elliott Wave is like, you literally would have to turn your brain off to miss it. Like, it's so in your face. How do you not label it? Right? If you're not doing it, it's just because you got some sort of issue with Elliott Wave, which many do. Full fairness and disclosure. Many people have just like refuse to label it. I'm not calling it Elliott Wave. That shit doesn't work. Really. Great post, Carasays. Extremely well done. Okay, so get that one on your watch list here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it. Excuse me, myself. I may short that, but I'm going to, just because I don't have time to watch it. But I'm sure I'm going to be interested if it comes, if it comes down here. I don't have a chart ready, but Apple and PEP. Okay, looking to short both. Let's go to, okay, so let me leave that one. Oh, shit, let me leave that one. Sorry, Caress. Now let me go to Apple. Apple's in the news a lot. We're going to have yesterday I heard a $2,000 flip phone, the foldable iPhone. Sounds interesting. Ooh. On the daily, did we get a close below? We did not. Wick. There's your turtle soup. Right, for you turtle soup enthusiasts. Ooh, that's going to look exactly like the S&P. Okay, well, this is kind of drop dead in your face. Like you're going to have to turn your brain off to ignore it. We're going to go, well, any question about what that is? I think probably not. ABC. One, two, three, four, five, right? There's no squish factor there to go, oh, I can turn it into a WXY. I don't think so. Well, that kind of leaves you a little bit, it's like all of the indexes look this way. We haven't completely filled the gap, but it's pretty damn close. Well, yes, we have. Pardon me. I stand corrected. We got that. Still, right? Just there's your turtle soup. There's no way around that, right? You got a 5 there, and it's an A wave, B wave. Well, all right, just at first glance, looks like you got this going in. Pretty solid looking 4, right? So, Cian Salazar, who is a skilled trader, he knows what he's doing, been with us for a long time, is looking to short that. Okay, well, let's go through that thought process. Well, hang on a second. Let's get to a 60 there. Are we sure about this? That's a 3, right? So you're the little 1, 2, 3. Just, I'd go with what's implied here, just out of curiosity, right? I might check it here. You're no way around that. Okay, 1, 2. We don't overlap here. It's a pretty severe sell-off. We come back to fill the gap. I'm not sure Cian Salazar, since that's not really a factor at the moment. Okay. What do we got down here that's just sitting waiting, right? Untapped. Remember, every pivot is a target because there's liquidity there, right? So that's not the greatest finish. But that correction is pretty fucking hard to miss. Wants to short it. All right, well, let's go to a 1. Why do you want to short this? I'm generally kind of curious. What would your thinking be? That this is an ABC and that we're going to do WXY and we're going deeper? That's not unreasonable thinking. Where did we land here? Right, again, I'm just doing what I would suppose most of you would do the same analysis. How are you going to work up the TA on this? You're going to work from the B, or you're going to work from the all-time high, right? Well, if this is a completed impulse, a completed zigzag, well, you're going to work from the all-time high because the assumption is that's complete, right? So we don't need to. Now, if your thought is it's going to be A, B, C, W, X, Y, and we're going much lower, which is, you know, certainly reasonable thinking. So if you're doing that, so this is what CN Salazar is playing, right? If you're playing the short. Oh, come here. Get out of there. Playing the short, you're playing into, well, is that the X? ABC. Let's look at it. At the X. Let's see another way he might play that. So it would have to be here. If you're looking to short it currently, as we're looking at it. Oh, come here, stop it. X is in, starting down for another zigzag. What would give you some conviction in that? Well, we don't get an impulse here. We don't get a 1, 2, 3. That's me drawing that, not the software. The 4 to the 2, okay, question mark. Granted. You might do this, right, just to balance that out a touch, right? You see, I think we drew this much like this on the last one, right? What we were just looking at here, where we say, okay, is that the 4? Is that the 4? When we were just looking at gorilla, whatever the gorilla was that we were just looking at, A, B, W, X, Y. You probably live with that 5 there, and this just expands a little more time. Well, so I look at that and I go, do I want to short it now? Okay, well, let's just break it down. Premium or discount? We're in the premium. I'm out of log. I've come up here, filled in, swept that high, right? We've filled in this imbalance here, this gap. Now, your anticipation would be, if that's an X, we're going to do this, right? At a minimum, right? Come down and challenge that low. Something like that. Are you late? Well, if you were chasing it now, perhaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before we get a zigzag. Well, if it's me, if I brought that up today and I thought, okay, I see a WXY, I think for whatever reason that Apple's going to suffer more with the, with the administrative, this current administration's choices, Apple's going to suffer more. Are they? Well, we'll see. Right. So, okay, I might wait for the retrace before I got more aggressive there. Now, well, of course, right. That kind of thinking is, well, I'm assuming we're not going to do this, right? I'm assuming that if whatever we're doing here, there's likely to be a little kickback here, and then I've got a very clear kind of range up here where this wick, and now to come back from that, it doesn't look like that's all wick here. But well, let's go to 15, see if it's any better up here. Oh, not really. So if you want to be ultra conservative, that little wick rejection here, this is an attempt to get up there, it fails. So how would you label that? 1, 2. I would feel late that I was late coming to that party. I'd want to wait for the retrade. That's just me, right? I'm picky about it. I like the thought up here, maybe here, right? If you entered here, CN Salazar, if you entered here, okay, first little retrace. I know, I see always easier in hindsight, but at least I'd have a little retrace that failed. I'd like to get it up here. you got a little imbalance here, right? That might it gives you a little bit more conviction here, right? So we went up here. Let's see what we did, right? Don't be lazy about these. Measure them. Didn't make the 50, but then I get displacement, right? Fair value gap being displacement, meaning that's not retail doing that. So we're just looking at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to retrace somewhere. I'd put a channel on it, right, just to keep it some degree of just balance to it, right? Okay, we're coming down for that. Now, could you chase it right now? Yeah, you could. Right, on the assumption we're going to go 3. Right, where's your kickback? We're going to come to the midline. If it's me, I'd look for that 4, right? Because you're too late for this. So in my opinion, right, I wouldn't chase that. So you're going to let this come down here. Okay, you're not in the trade. I'd wait for that snapback. I've got more imbalance up here, more fair value gap here. If it's going to come down here, I'll take the retrace because I'm anticipating that is just in the process of completing the first A wave. You're a little late to that party, right? You're at the 5 of the 3 maybe. If that's gonna unfold. So if it's gonna play ball, you got room. 4, come back, 4 to the 5. So if that's me, right, again, for what that's worth, right, that's where I would look for that trade. And I wouldn't give it too much room. Now Apple, it can move, right? I mean, but I don't know if it's still, but the most heavily owned asset, certainly retail, right? A lot of 401ks loaded with Apple. I don't know if they still are, but that's what I would look for, right? For this push and then this push, right? Because if that's A, you're looking for a B, and then you'd have another chance to sell here on the short bias. 4 to the 5 of the A, let the B shape, come here, trade the B to the C, and you got a WXY. Remember, right, we're forecasting that based on what we can see, but that doesn't mean that the market is obligated to do that. It's just as we look at it, right, we have potentially, right, some forecasting potential there. Okay, nice post. A nice suggestion, CN Salazar. Okay, now he wants Pepe coin. It's fun just to say Pepe. Pepe, what are we going to do? Here, let's go over here and get a full history. Pepe coin. Also could be 1, 2, 3 in the 4 instead of the ABC. Could be, yeah. Choose your spots, right? It's the whole point of everything that we do here, right? Just be picky, right? It's usually you're not going to miss anything. Okay, Pepe, right? Beautiful 5. Well, where is it really pretty, right? Okay, clearly. This gets a little wonk in here. Whoop, oh, shit, I got the wrong one here. Looks like you're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be a breaker block. All right, so I guess you got to do that, right? I guess you got to factor that in, don't you? Right, which leads you to the 4. I don't like the first. I can't say I love it when the first launch from hitting the exchanges is factored in because it's such. It's a wild card. Well, let's measure it, right? When in doubt, it takes just seconds, so let's do it. If you're not doing it, you're just being lazy. Oh, let's see. What do I got here? There we go. Log scale. Do I need to be in log scale, right? Does that change how it looks? Well, obviously, it's going to change how it looks. 1, 2. It makes you wonder, right? Oh, shit, do I have to do it here? Right? Because it's so dramatic, right? This is the challenge, right? Log just arithmetic. I go to here, Wix. doesn't quite play as well, does it? Right? Because this would be it wouldn't make as much sense. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't play as well. I'm not saying that we can't be wrong about it. I'm just saying that, you know, again, right? It's just reality of crypto, right? You got to work in log scale so often. But what a dramatic difference, right? The way they look. So can we trade this as a 4? Well, no, I'm putting it back here based on coming out of log, and this being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's there. Okay, so just standard ops. What's the next thing we're gonna do? Right, it's not complicated. If I can get it on there, Jesus. Wave 4. Okay, we're right in the pocket. Oops. We there? We got more to come. It's pretty much a straight line, right? It's all within, right? That's the beauty of this. For those of you who haven't seen it before, the adaptive trend finder, right? It lets you put a regression channel on in log scale, right? So I get 2 standard deviations on either side, right? Why are you assuming it's time to buy that? We haven't broken out of it. We haven't swept any highs. No reason to assume that. Do we have a count that works here? Well, if that's the 3. Already, that's a little suspect. Well, it looks like you got, all right, so when in doubt, just start marking out, where can I see 5s and 3s? All right, well, I can see that one pretty easily. Now, it's not always, right, just what you see at first glance, right? You got to factor, how does that fit in? Excuse me. Can I get a 5 there? That's a bit of you're squishing, right? It's a little bit of an Elliott shuffle because that's what you want. It looks like that's a triangle to me, which makes you think A, B, C. Okay, let's back the horse up here. Is there a 5? Is that, are we forcing here? Son of a bitch, we might be. Come here. Sorry. I think that's a force fit. No, let's see. Well, there's a 5 here, right? So, okay, all right. So you did this again, just for the benefit of those that are trying to learn how to apply this, right? Here, I can. What can I see? What can I be definitive about? Well, there's a 5 right there. Let's put that down. I got a 5, right? So can I work backwards? Oof, do I have it here? Well, this would be the key pivot here that starts it. Do I have a, shit, that looks like a 5 too. Let's go to a line chart here. You might be stuck with this as an A. Yeah, it's iffy as a B. God damn it. It really is. Doesn't matter, right? At some point you're looking at this going, oh, fuck, man, does it matter? Well, you're building conviction here. God, I'm down to a 30, which I don't really want to be. Can't, triangle doesn't fly. That's a 5. I can't get a B in there, damn it. Can I? Maybe I can. So I could do this. All right, let's work backwards. This is where either I always feel like either I'm boring people to death or what I always hope is you've got the same chart up and you're trying to figure out as well. Let's see if I can make that work. So if this is an A and I go into a B, and then I'm going to put a C down here. Let's go up a degree. Let's go to green here. Into a B. So would I end up with a C down here? Let's go out to a 1. Okay, does it play as a W? W, X, Y. Does that fly? It's iffy. Sometimes, all right, it's a process of putting it together while you're working with it. It seems like it's over too soon. Let's go to a 3. That doesn't work, right? Because we'd be looking for more down. Seems like they're disconnected. So let's try it this way. We're going to do an ABC. It's not, fuck. Well, here you're on the edge of how much a purist are you? You'd have to play that as a 5, right? Because it's, if you're thinking 3, 3, 5, right? That's not far enough. It's a little tricky in here. Can we get gold in here? Looks like we did. You're gonna have to trade it that way. That's the only way to get it done here. It's not as high as you'd want it there. I know purists are going to bitch about that. You'd want that B a little higher. What stops it, right? Golden zone. This is clean, clear 5. You're stuck with that 3. Jesus, it's actually, I'm already compromising here. Well, the implication would be we're done here, right? And this is going to be 1, 2. I'm just noticing here, it's just reflexively, I see that wick just untapped, right? So that's rejection. Oh man, I don't think I would trade that. This is too... Well, let's get in over here, right? Okay, all right, so hard right edge, right? Do we have an impulse here? No. What do we have? What do we have? 1, 2. No, you got a 5 there. Can you make that? Let's go to 30. Maybe you can make that. It's not a 5 though. You might be able to get that to fly. You can't. You got an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So I got an A, B, C, B. Oh, shit. You might have to do WX. You're gonna have to do it this way. So it actually looks like you might do it here. Oh, that sucks balls right there. Okay. So WX. Ugh. Y, I hate it, but let's just leave it there for a second. Might be able to get away with it here. I don't know that it matters, right? You don't have an impulse, right? So 3, 3, 3, it's butt ugly. So I'd probably look at it like this. It's just consolidation range. This is just a good reminder, right? Elliott's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect at every swing structure. What we want to focus on is where can I see the clear 3s and 5s, right? Where is it just in your face? That's not impulsive, right? Yes, that's an impulse. That's sideways. There's another impulse, right? So whether it's W, X, Y, A, B, C, it almost doesn't matter, right? The bottom line is I did not get an impulse. So it makes me very suspicious of the idea that, oh, the low is in. Again, why would you assume that? Because you want the low to be in? It's not a good reason. X, it's not 1. Looks like another 5, right? It looks like you're just getting wedged. Oh, fuck. I'd throw it down here because I got to put it somewhere. Now it's trying again. Let's see here. Hang on a sec. Oh, that would take the breaker blocks off. It's trying again, right? Can we get a 5 here again? 1, 2. Through to be as forgiving as I can be on the structure. We got a 1 there. 1, 2. Doesn't look like it, right? It looks like another ABC. This doesn't look ripe, you know. I always want to give you guys a trade if there's one there. I wouldn't take that. Based on, now, see, it's easy to look at that and go, why not, man? 1, 2, 3, why not? Well, because based on what's come before it, does that look like we've got a low in? Doesn't, right? Now, again, market's not obligated. Market's going to do what it's going to do. We get to choose, right? Where do we want to put money at risk? Is that good enough for you to put money at risk? If it is, have at it. Again, all I can do is my whole purpose here is to apply our methodology, right? I don't make it about me. It's not about look how much money I made. I never do that shit. I never do that, right? All I do is apply our methodology and try and teach it. Okay, well, based on what we teach and how we would approach the market here, is that a good enough start? Okay, right, so I'd want to, for me, right, I'd want to see this complete. Okay, oh, I got a 5. Now, I don't know how I'm going to factor that in over here because I got a 3, 3, 5. Doesn't make sense. What does that sound like? W, X, A, B, C, right? Could be all we're doing here is an A. Put the whole thing together, right? W, X, Y. Is that what I'm doing? And the only thing I can say with certainty is I'm not doing 1, 2. I don't, there's no ambiguity about that. So why am I forcing a trade here? I read on Twitter that Pepe was ready to go. Well, maybe it is, right? I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying if you're applying our methodology, that's not ripe yet. That's all I'm saying. Okay, maybe we get, maybe you're back here some fuck. Okay, we truncated here. Oh, that's, oh, it was a WXY and we're finished. And oh, the puzzle pieces, now I can see it is a train. It's not a flower pot. Okay, oh, okay, I got a 1 then. Well, if that's a 1, right, and if I'm determined to trade this here and I'm thinking, because we don't know, is it 1 or is it A? Well, I don't know. I got a 5 coming off of something that was not a 5. We begin and we end in 5s, right? So I do not have a classic finish here. Still want to put money at risk? Yes, because oh, okay, I do, because I see an impulse here. Okay, well then you better trade it right now. You got a clear exit, right? This is easy to get in, right? Because you have a very clear point as to where you're wrong, right? If you're trading this as an impulse, there's your trade right there. Now you can be, you know, you want to be overly ambitious. Okay, go for it, right? What do you got there? 23 to 1. Is you think that's what you're going to get? Maybe. Why not? Where's a reasonable target, right? Where's the last swing high, right, before we had a break of structure? Okay. Still 11 to 1. That's tradable. Where's the bigger money? If you finish that and then we do this, there's the bigger money. So maybe you go, oh shit, I mean, I love Pepe, right? I'll take that swing up for the 5 on the assumption that I'm going to get it here because I can be very precise about my stop. Put my stop right there. Pardon me. Put my stop right there. I can get into it right there. First target, 7 to 1. If I get the retrace, if I go into a 5 and I get a 3, next trade, 20 to 1. have at it. Very reasonable. What's the key point to all of it? The stops. The stops. The stops. This? Oh, well, that's the easy part. Oh, if I can let it run. Trail with a stop, your choice. But the first thing that has to happen, what I got? Okay, I got a little RSI here. I'm in a squeeze. I'm going to take note. Right, squeeze is not bad news. Remember, squeeze is good news. Oh, because what do I know comes from a squeeze? Right, from that contraction comes the expansion. I just don't know which way it's going to expand. Well, maybe the RSI helps a little bit. Maybe the market structure helps a little bit. Right? How about we get some break? Right, something break. I mean, that's how you have to think of it. It's always, is it good enough? Right? Am I willing to take that loss? Right? Well, if you're trading small size, maybe you are. Right? Are you trading that? I mean, you could lever that. You know, I wouldn't go nuts, but you know that's how you take a little dinky. You know, maybe it's a single, and you lever it up a little bit. Right? All of a sudden, it's a little more juicy. But I would not be thinking, oh, lows in 1, 2, we're off to the moon. Here we go, new impulse, new bull market. It doesn't show that yet, right? It's still, we don't know if it's a flower pot or a train. I guess I'm sticking with that analogy today. Okay. Oh, fuck. Did you mean Pepsi? Oh, fuck me. This guy, I think he wanted Pepsi. All right. Seeing Salazar, I couldn't tell if he wanted Pepsi or Pepe coin. Shit, looks like he wanted Pepsi. Oh, fuck. Here, let me get stocks here. Oh, fuck. What is Pepsico? All right, let's look at Pepsi. All right, we got, how many do I have anymore? Yep, can see now. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, you got a little bonus there on Pepe. Pepe. I have Pepe in a bot that trades it every now and then. Okay, Pepsi. I think this is what he wants. Pepsi, yeah, he asked for it. Okay, Pepsi. How much history do I have here? I'm going to have a shitload here, so I'm going to need to go back. Let's go to a weekly and get some perspective. Okay, all right, so just good force of habit, right? I just always wick off the absolute low. God damn. Pepsi Cola. Talk about bottom left to upper right. Is there even a count in that? Well, okay. Well, that's COVID low, right? So that's I'd work from. This is such a mile marker in the markets. From the COVID low. Come on now, you knew. Surprised? Surprised? How many times do I have to do that? All right, it's week after 5, 6 years of this. Surprise, surprise. Please tell me there's no one here who's ever watched a millisecond of any of my videos who doesn't. That's not the first thing you look for. Please, please. It's got to be. I've shown it probably 50,000 times. Please tell me that's what you look for. Before wave count, before anything else, where's Al? What did he do last? You have. That's probably here as well. Right, it's just over and over and over again. Well, there's a break, but if you go back one, it's going to be there somewhere. Wicks. At a log scale. Wick only there. Okay, do we have a count that we can work with here? Well, let's see, do we? Boy, that's a bumpy finish. Okay, well let's evaluate from the high, right? How'd we do here? Oh, now who would have ever guessed that? Now remember, this is a weekly chart. Wicks looks like wicks. Wick. Right. Wicks do the damage, right? ICTs. I think one of his best statements, right? Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story, right? Wick, nope, right? Algo stays with it. Did it stay with it? Did it get paid? Yep, it did. That's on the weekly. Okay, so what would we be thinking here? What would CN Salazar be thinking? Well, it sure looks like that's a 3. 3. Well, first, if you kind of want to do this, right? To keep it simple. We know we got a technical low. Is that a 5? Let's go to the daily. Yeah. You don't quite get a clean finish there. I'd stay with that just to keep it simple. Right? So, okay, so now the question is, do we have a clean 5 here? Excuse me, sorry. Okay. All right, let's go with AB. A. Oh, hang on. Looks like I can do ABC there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's just see how cleanly we can get that. A, B, this would be diag. C. Oops. Smaller degree. ABC into a B. I'm still on a daily. Oh, shit. Well, you got to account for that. We might need a WXY. Let's see here. This has got to come down. Hang on a second. Do we have to go 1, 2? It looks like we might. Don't really want to. I'd rather not be doing that, but looks like I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Let's take that off for a second. I don't love this. And it might have to go WX. That's fine. Well, let's label it up. Here, hang on. Let's get it fully labeled. Looks like that's clean. A, B, C into the 4, right? Nice double there. Does that look like it's done? 1, 2. All right, doesn't look like it's done, right? We begin and end in 5s. Do we have a 5 there to finish it? No. This WX. This is a force fit, right? So I'm assuming you all see that, right? I can't get an impulse there. Even if I force it, I can't go 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck. Well, let's see. This is what it would look like. You'd be stuck with this as your as a diag. This is why you have to. You got to decide, right? How committed am I to leaning into the rules and guidelines, right? Well, I can't call that an impulse. Even if I'm doing it here, A, B, C, it just didn't. It doesn't really fly. I know. So then the next question comes. Oh, I'm trading over here. Does this matter? Well, it does matter. Jesus, even trying to get an ABC into that is a little tricky. they're disconnected. So whatever this is, it's completed here. So let's do it this way. This is completed, right? This is the correction of this. So I don't have any notion to try and connect the two, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, anything like that. So now, do I know that? No. Right? 30 years of doing this, I'm pretty sure I don't want to connect those two. Do I know I'm right? No, I do not. There's no knowing. There's such a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got such a good finish there. God damn it! Come here. I would leave that in. Just a little conviction into that. ABC. Let's label it up. Right. It's always. I don't want to be sloppy. Always a good idea to complete the labeling. So if you come back to it, you're not like, oh, what the fuck was I thinking there? All right. Don't be lazy with it. It just takes a couple of seconds, probably. More annoying to watch me do it on a live stream. Now, is there maybe a triangle in here that's like, what the fuck? One, 2, 3, 4. Even that is barely going to allow that. I had 2 to that 4. Got a 50. Let's be consistent. 2 to that 4. Okay, right. Prior down it up a degree. Prior 3, 4, common retrace. 1, 2. It doesn't look like it's done. It's not done. Why do I say that? Right, because I can't finish that in a 5. And you wouldn't, right? So then you start thinking, oh, could that be a WXD? Right, so it's just the process of elimination is going through your head. Oh, could that be a WXY that finishes it there? And this is all WX. No, they don't relate to one another, right? The range is too small. So looks to me like that's got more to go here to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, okay, so what's the current trend? I can't remember if I'm in log or not. I don't need to be in log here, right? This is just it's double the range. Looks like you might have a set of median lines that could be useful here. Let's get that right on it. When in doubt, right, find a way to use the geometry, right? So I've got a channel I could use here, right? So that's one possibility, right? If we're coming, now I've got a target down here for that 5. Remember, this is consistent, right? It's 80% no matter how you slice it, right? Whether it's golden or not. Once I get a corner here, I have 80% probability that I get there, 80%. Best odds in TA. Saying that for years. The least applied technical tool and it's in every package. Yet the least applied, right? How many people on Twitter do you see posting median lines? Less than 1%, less than 1/2 of 1%. 0. I see 0. And I follow a lot of people. Highest probability, least used. Explain that to me. 90%, 95% of traders lose money. Could that be part of it? Maybe. I don't think you're ripe there. What would be your reason for buying that? Well, this technical, right? We got a technical pivot, right? But that by itself, probably not enough, right? That's just a piece of it. Okay. It's a piece of it. It's not enough by itself, right? That's the whole point, right? That's why this methodology, right? It's the confluence of all of these components that create more conviction in your decision to put money at risk. Would you do it? Would you trade that right there? Based on that? Genuine question. Is Al in here? Is Al part of that retrace? Could be. Of course he is. He's always there. Always there. That's where, see, but that's a hard trade to take, right? Because you think, oh, fuck, man, this thing's going to fly. Right? And you know it's not retail because of the displacement, right? The fair value gap, right? Look how that displaces. So sorry. So sorry. Yeah, you got a little tick through it. Get it right on there. Did he get paid? Yes. Did it go in a straight line? Yes. Straight line to the target. Probably just a coincidence. I know that's what you're thinking. Well, you'd have it again. Double at the 50. Right? It's not always going to be golden. Right? They start at the 50. Where's the target? Right here at the 65. So why not let that finish, right? Or at least come head towards, you know, something down here, or maybe you're going to get something further. If you're labeling that, if that's a 4, what are we thinking? 1, 2. Is that the 3? Could be, right? Now we're no longer in an impulse, right? So maybe 3 is lower. And this is part of a 1, 2 of the 3, right? If we're going to come down here to this, right, to the median line, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, oh, doesn't quite play, right? You're looking for an impulse here. Now what it's going to be? Doesn't look right. Looks like 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Because this would be down here. So, you know, that's why you want to put the extra little bit of time in to go, okay, well, fuck, I don't know, I don't want to buy that. Do you? Wouldn't you at least want it to sweep something, right? So you had this change of character, right? So maybe to break this, because that, if I just make it super simple, right? There's the last swing low here that's just been broken. So where's the high that broke that low, right? So here, this would be a change of character. Right now, it's lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, low. It's just low, 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 right? It's downtrend. It's a downtrend. Why are you trying to buy it? Until some sort of break of structure has happened, right? Or something like this completes and you're like, oh, fuck, shit, man, I see it. Well, then what are you waiting for, right? You're not going to sit down here with a limit order, right? I'm going to show you OM as to why that's never a good idea. What do we want to see here? Oh, but I didn't want to wait for it, man. I saw it hit the median line. I wanted to buy it. Why, right? Because you think you're going to miss something. Or you're jonesing for dopamine, right? I've been saying that a lot, right? This is a dopamine nation, right? We love it. We love every scroll, every time you get on your phone and you're scrolling, that's dopamine, right? Give me, give me, give me, give me. I don't know, CN Salazar. I'd wait, right? It's just, you're not going to miss anything. So don't take them before they're ripe, right? It's like eating a green banana, and that's so tasty. You wait a little bit. Oh, yummy. Full ripper. How am I doing on time? Holy shit, I'm way here. I thought I didn't have enough, and now I got too many. Okay, full ripper. I love that handle. Full ripper. Come on. All right, what are we on? Hedera. Okay. Got a gray background. I can live with that one. White is what's just so harsh. But this will work. Hedera Hashgraph. HBAR to the tether. Oh, I like this already. Right? Why do I like this? Because he's put some effort into it. He's working at it, right? He's not just going, oh fuck, you know, give me something. No, how about Hedera, right? He's applying what we're teaching, which warms my heart. Okay, all right. So let me. Oh, full ripper. Let's see if I can do this in my darker. Let's see if I can still see it all. Okay, that's fine. All right. Oh, we're down to a 15-minute. Okay, well, he's a Deegan then. All right, so where are we going here? We're truncating. I guess we're double. Okay, I got it. 3, 8, you're trying to do a triangle there. A, B, C, D. Okay, let's go with it. But shit, I'm not that much a purist. Whoops. You'll let that fly. Because you get that good 5. Okay, so we got that. Nicely done. Okay, what else is going on here? I got a whole lot of, I got a whole lot of fib stuff. Oh, God, 30 minutes. Just as a reminder, right, anyone who's applying Elliott Wave, it's always going to be the most squirrely under 60 minutes, right? You get down to a 15-minute, it's you know, squirrel. It's 60 minutes and above, right? Everything kind of clears up a little bit. So just a reminder, right? I'll always tell you, right, if any significant trading decision you're making, right? If you're position trading, right, stay at 60 minutes and above, right? 4 hours and above, it's, becomes hard to miss. You got to really, make an effort to not see it at 4 hours and above. So along those lines, let's go to 4 hours and see what are we looking at here. Interesting. All right, so he's well, there again. All right, this gives context. Right, all the more why you need to get out here. Okay, I'm on Binance, probably full history. There's COVID, likely. Is that COVID? Well, close enough. 1, good. Okay, this is interesting. So why? Oh, I guess he's giving me 2 counts, right? I got it. Okay, so you're giving me a possible, could be an A, could be a 1. Well, that's very true. Okay, let's look at it here now. Okay, so there's a 1. Candidate, we're going to do an A, B, C for the 2. Just force a habit. Interesting. You did get a break here. Why? What happened here? Right, something happened here. I don't recall what it was. That algo got denied and stopped. Okay, this is getting a little squishy here. What are you doing here? Prior resistance? I'm not sure what you're doing there. Let me pull that out just so I can see a little bit better. Okay, I got to do some of this just so I can see it. So I can dig into your account. Not discounting what you've done there, just I can't see it. Okay. So where are we here? We've got one candidate, A. It looks like what I was just looking at, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right. A, B, C. That's clean. There's the 5, right? It definitely could still be an A. A. Okay. So I think we can do it, right? If this is an A, B, I can do the WXY. Okay, that's good. So WX. One of my wizards would probably correct me there. I believe you're okay. If I do an A, I can do a W into the C. I think that's right. So A, B, C into an X. WX. God, I feel like we've got too many WXYs here. That's a wizard check. I would check up with them, to be perfectly honest. They're master Elliottians. All right. WX. I think I've got one too many WXYs here. But I think we can get out of there. I think we can get it. I think we can do it without it. We have to do that as a diag. I think I just looked at this. But it's all clean. I might do this a little differently to avoid some of the potential conflict there. I put it there. X. I'm not saying that that's right and yours is wrong. Full ripper, I'm just kind of, I know that I think there's one too many ABCs in there. 1, 2, 3, triangle 4, WX. Let's see if we can get in there. Let's go down to a 60. Can I get that done? ABC. 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. Let's take this up a degree. 4. Fuck. May not be able to do it. I think that seems solid. May not be able to get that. Oh, this is getting tricky now. Okay, let me. Doesn't, well, God, this is good work, but there's a few spots where it doesn't quite look like it works. Do I have a 3 here, right? Is that a third wave? Well, let's see, I'm on an hour. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd want to put the 3 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that would blow up your triangle. But do you see here, if I'm labeling that internal count, right? I'd want to put it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is 1, I see what you're doing, right? Because of the 4 here. But if I'm labeling here, I gotta use this. I know that's shitty. Let's see if I go to a 15. I can't quite get it in. I can get a 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. 1, 2. I see your point there. It's not a 5, so we're stuck with a 3. Well, let's go back to your count. Maybe I'm too quick to be judgmental. Let me change that so I don't lose track. 1. God damn it! I might do it here because I see what you're doing. I can see his thought process. Okay, right. So this looks like a 5, right? So he's trying to go A. So it looks like you can go A, B, C into this for the 2. 1, 2, 3. It's not a 5, so 3. This becomes the 1 that's important to that. God damn it! That's tricky. Yeah. Well, that would put this 5 here, this here, and then it just breaks down. Hang on. Let's see here. All right, so here's the impulse right here. I can take that out of there. There's an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get an impulse here. But what am I doing with that? Makes you think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually pretty clean. So it makes you think A, B, C. A, B, C is what my first thought would be there. So then you can use all of this because it's a rocket shot. That's a ripper, full ripper. That's our full ripper up, and it's probably a 50 on the retrace. Looks like it. Did the algo get paid? It's to the tick. Yeah, I got paid. Okay, so let's break in there a little bit more. Okay, so that's a good, may well be than ABC, but I don't know that necessarily blows up the count here. So question becomes, what is that? WX. Oh, this is a tricky one. Hedera is quite tricky here. Oh, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like you're going to have to do this. Going to get your 4 in here. That's shaky low. Whew, I don't think we're ripe there yet. puts us back on this direction. This is iffy, duly acknowledged. Oh, let's see, what do I want? Right, is this, that would be the question mark in my mind. Right here, is that legit? Well, to do the whole thing, let's do it. Let's not be lazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would get us done here. Is that a 4? A, B, C. Okay, it's a candidate. This is 1, 2. You're gonna have to do it. It's a little bit of a Elliott shuffle. It's not a great finish. So where would that leave us, right? Do we have another X going in there? Let's go to a 2-hour here. No, I think not, right? So it looks like that's, let me get that. Oh, fuck, come here. Let's go here. Let's put that in. Looks like we got another leg on that, would be my best estimate here. That's a 1. A, B, C, W, X. A, unknown, B, C. Let's come back here. Candidate, right? For that is a B, because we don't get a clean, we don't get a good launch there. So A, B, C. So this would have to go up a degree. So we'd be looking for a C, right, which is secondary count, right? So that had worked out well. So 1, 2, we're working on the 3, 4. It looks like that's got more to go. But then that kind of suggests that we're heading down here. Okay, hang on. Let's go to a 1. Boy, you've done some great work here. Fully, right? Every swing accounted for. There's a 1 wave. There's a 2 wave. This is good work, right? A, B, C, 1, 2, clean. 1, 2. Okay, all right. Use the tools, right? So every component of our methodology here is a factor here. Okay, first let's look at the relationship, right? Because there are no random pivots. Let's look at the relationship between A to B. I'm in log. Let's come out of log. Do I need to be in log? 12 cents tonight? No, I don't. That would be a failed push, right? You typically want to see that go 100. Is out of log? Is this out? Probably. That's the B. Well, this would be a reasonable target. That's going to be a big push into the 5th. We don't know that that's done. It sure looks, well, hang on. This could still be cooking. This could be the 4 here. We've got more to go. And down 30. Okay, let's get now. Right now, I got stuff to work with here. Excuse me. I'm trying to give, because if my target's down here, I don't want this. I want this 3 to be a little bit lower here. Now, what I want and what the market does, not necessarily in sync. I don't want to see an EWO. What do we got here? Let's put that. Oh, let's put an EWO on that with a squeeze. Long squeeze. We're in, right? We might be coming out of that squeeze. Okay, let's target it. Right, everything we look at, we always want. Okay, so if that's the 2 here, this would be a good spot for the 3 right here. Right? Why am I saying that? Where did that work? What's the most common location for a 3? Not not that I know it's going there. It's just where do they usually go? If it's going to be a good 3, well, that's where they usually go, which implies that that's still cooking. This all coming down. Any reason to be a buyer here? Higher high, higher low. Pardon me. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower. Right. There's no reason to be a buyer yet. This is a very tricky count, right? Now this is a very strong use case, right? So I can appreciate I want to look for a buy. Maybe I'll take this up a degree so it stands out more. I think that what's influencing me the most here is this. That impulse takes me into that C, which is candidate for the B. So I'm stuck with the AB. C. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd be anticipating that to bring it down here. Maybe you get a kick, right? So bearish, right? Just bearish. Don't hopium it out of here. Well, at the very least, right? Okay, can we break that high before you start thinking bullish? Wouldn't you like? Oh, well, wouldn't that be a requirement? How else would you define it as being bullish? It's a genuine question. We got. You might say, well, here's how you might do it. Right? You can talk yourself into it. Okay, well, if this is my range here. Oh, where am I, premium or discount? Well, I'm still in the premium. If I get into the discount, right, do I want to be a buyer or do I want to be a seller here? Well, if it's A, B, C, right, so I'd be sooner a seller than a buyer myself, right, for what that's worth. But, okay, get down here. Well, at least I'm in the discount of the discount. That's not again, keep it as drop dead simple, right? Can we define a premium and discount? Yeah, we can. Swing low, swing high, right? Are we still in the premium? Right, yeah. Close to equilibrium, but I want to buy it in the discount. Where is my risk reward better? It's a rhetorical question. Just that little discipline, right? If you added that, I only buy in the discount, I only sell in the premium. If you added to that discipline, because that is a discipline, because there's going to be times where you're going to look at it and go, oh, fuck, I know that thing's going. It's emotional trading. See, the problem with that, right? So if you bought it here for whatever reason, right? You thought it was a 1-2, right? When you go back to review your trade, like, would you say, well, I bought that one because I had a hunch. I bought that one because I read something on Twitter. I read some research that Hedera Hashgraph was very bullish long term. But when you come back and look at your trade, what are you going to say? Well, I broke my rules there, but it was a winner. Oh, bad. That's a bad outcome. Because now you have no rules. Your rules mean nothing to you because it means, oh, I'll break them when I have a hunch. That's not how you survive in the markets long term. It's got to be a strict discipline, and you have to be willing to miss a trade. See, that's what gets most traders, right? They're not willing to miss one. So they're impatient. So they'll take, oh, fuck, I know it's in the premium. Fuck it, I know it's going to go. I'm taking it. Review it 2 years from now, a year from now, a month from now. Do you have rules that you follow? Obviously not. You here to fuck around for the dopamine hits, or are you here to make money? If you're here to make money, you got to have a system with rules that you follow. Period. Still have fun in here, but if you want to survive for the next 5 years and you want to make this a meaningful source of income, you better have rules you stick to. Let's see. I think that's it. Oh, this is the one I'm looking for. Fundamentals. A little overvalued. Okay. See, and so I'm trying to read your. Let's see. Wait a second. He's sending me a DM. What is he saying? Yeah, Pepsi. I got it. Zian. I know you wanted Pepsi. Well, we did a little Pepe as well. Okay, Hedera Hashgraph. I know this is a contender, right? I'd put this in the top 20, right? Utility, use case, long-term potential is fantastic. We're down here on a 30-minute, right? What did I just say? You want to really understand Elliott Wave? Stay out of 4 hours and above. You want to buy it? So I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying what do your rules tell you? That's all I'm saying. Okay. I think, how am I doing? Holy shit. Am I right on time? Am I right on time? Holy shit. I'm never on time. I think I'm right on time. Look at that. I finished everything. I don't think I had anything from Twitter. Or my Cosmos Wonka didn't give me. Did he give me any? Nope, he didn't. Okay, so guess we're done. Holy shit. Love it. On time. How's the market doing? Well, I see a lot of red on the screen. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you get a little something from these, right? It's always the point here. I know it can be tedious watching somebody do it. It's different, right? But hopefully you get a little, it's just something, one piece that, if you're on here for 5 minutes or, watch the whole thing, right? I know most people don't. I completely get that. But you go to the asset that you're interested in. You picked up a tiny little nugget, right? Lodge it, write it down somewhere, something that will help you. It's bottom line, fewer trades, not more trades. Fewer well thought out trades where you completely, you've seen some of the work these guys are doing where every swing is accounted for. It builds conviction. So when you're down here going, I have nailed every piece of this, right? Again, I've stayed with this analogy today for some reason, right? You're putting together a jigsaw puzzle. You are never, well, rarely do you have all the pieces as a trader, right? You've got, oh Jesus, I'm sure that's a train. Oh, it takes. Let's go to OM. I'm sure it's a train. Are you? You're not sure. Holy fuck! What do I get there? Holy shit! Somebody gave me something crazy there. Okay, let me remove indicators. Okay, let's finish on this because I watched this happen because I've been eyeballing this. Because it was such a beautiful count. Oh, let's see. Well, let's go to, let's use the full Monty here. This is the hard reality of trading crypto. It's a bummer, right? It doesn't speak well to the industry. It's too bad. All right, so we had one of the prettiest looking impulses. So now it's so fucking distorted. Pardon me. I had a better. Let me go to OM. Let me go to. Let's do this one. There we go. You almost can't. There we go. God, this was beautiful. Now that's what we see. But prior to that, sure looked like we had this waiting to happen. Now it's a little harder to do it. Because we had, let's get this up here. All right, good lesson for all of us. Because we had such a gorgeous internal impulse. Right, this was just drop dead, as sexy as they get. This impulse here. I'm gonna change the color just to make the point. Oh, so good, so perfect. You're thinking 3-4, right? Of course, that's what I was thinking, right? I had alarms on it. I just happened to be at my machine when that started, and I had alerts right here at the 38 for the 4, right? And I watched, oh, fuck. Rug pull, they claim no. 90, one of my senseis did a little digging on it. He said 90% of the ownership was in the founders. Excuse me. Was amongst the founders, right? That's a red flag, as he was quick to point out. But technically, oh, that looked so gorgeous. Oh, downside of crypto, right? Where does that not happen? because owners are selling Bitcoin. Okay, I guess we're done. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it there. The time codes will be underneath, as we do, right? George GZ 1968 helps me out with that. He'll have them up here lately or at some point today. So you can just go right to the whatever interests you. Okay, with that, I'll say goodbye here and wish you guys